Well, now that we've got the fire going, I'd like to welcome you guys back to Cast Iron Camp Cooking. Today we'll be cooking outside. As you can already see, we've got the fire going, and it's bound to be a good one today. We're cooking whole chicken in the Dutch oven today, and I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are too. This is my first outdoor cooking video, so I can't wait to show you guys how to use the coals from the fire to be able to cook any meal that you want to outside. Of course, today we're out at the barn where the fire pit is, and I've got a little bit of equipment that I'd like to show you, as you can see in the background. But the first one I'd like to highlight is today's camp knife. Even though this has nothing to do about cooking, I want to add a little personality to my videos. This knife is a Condor moonshiner knife. It's a big knife. It hadn't been used much at all. I just love it. It's so pretty. You can see the glossy shine on it. It's full tang. Big knife. I don't have huge hands, but it fits my hand really well. So, and it's kind of, you know, Western cowboy like. It's not a Bowie per se, but I don't know. I just love it. Something about a good knife. And it's got a good sheath too. A sheath is a big deal to me. It's got a leather sheath. It's nice. It's free flowing. To me, big knives rock. My next piece of equipment that I want to highlight today is the camp rifle. Now this is my Rossi 92. It's stainless steel in 45 Colt. It's got a 16 and a half inch barrel. It's unloaded, of course. You can see there in the chamber. But this is one of my favorite rifles by far. I'm a lover of lever action firearms. I love shooting lever actions, single actions. We have ARs and AKs too. Just love it. It's a good hobby to have. And I just love it. Rossi 92. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we've got the fire moved to one side. I'm gonna set out some of my equipment, and we'll get this Dutch oven to start heating up some with the coals that we've already got. So first, I'm gonna set my trivet just over here near the fire. I've got my lid lifter that I'm just gonna set here in between a cinder block. I've got my lid holder, trivet, lid lifter combo. I use it as a lid holder. I'm just gonna set it over here. And I always set my Dutch oven gloves down here. And I find it useful to have a pair of leather gloves. These are Plainsman's from Sam's. You get 2 pairs of gloves for around $20, and they're really nice gloves. But I've got the trivet set there, so I'm just gonna shovel some coals around it. And when you put coals underneath your Dutch oven, whether it's cooking it, whether it's to preheat it, you put it in a circle, because cast iron is a good retainer of heat. It distributes heat evenly and it absorbs heat, and you don't want it right underneath whatever you're cooking, because it'll be too much direct heat. You want a little bit of indirect heat. And that's also part of the reason we cook using a trivet, is because it gets the Dutch oven up off the coals a little bit, and it helps it absorb indirect heat. When you cook with indirect heat, you have less risk of burning. So let's go ahead, and I'll use my shovel and gloves to get some coals going here. And I just go around the whole thing, make a circle with these coals. just like that. I won't be adding any coals to the lid just yet, but we'll go over that when the time comes. So today, I've already highlighted this in my cast iron introduction video, but we'll be cooking using this Cabela's 14-inch Dutch oven. All right, and we're just gonna take it and set it right here, watching your boots so you don't melt the bottoms of them. Right here on that trivet. We're just gonna let it preheat. Of course, there went my lid lifter. All right, everybody. So as you already know, we're gonna be doing a whole roast chicken in the Dutch oven. Here we've got our vegetables. Today we're gonna be using Food Lion golden potatoes. We're gonna be using some white onions, chicken broth. We're gonna add cream of chicken, and I haven't pulled them out yet, but we're gonna use a pound of polka kielbasa sausage from Hillshire Farm. So the first manner of business is I'm gonna cut up a few potatoes, if I can get a hold of them. So these are just golden potatoes. I like them a little bit better than the red potatoes. Whenever I use potatoes in the Dutch oven, this is what I'll use. They're softer, they seem to absorb the flavor a little bit better, their skin softens up. It's just, I enjoy it. And since we're gonna be cooking this for 2.5 to 3 hours, I'm just gonna cut these potatoes into these slightly bigger cubes, about this size. So cut them into 1/8. We're on a little bit of an uneven surface. I've pressed the legs down on my table to hopefully accommodate for some of the unevenness of this ground. One more thing that I would like to highlight is my table here. I got this table from Sam's Club. It's called a tailgate table. It's plastic on this side, perfect for preparing your vegetables, doing whatever you're gonna do. And then on this side, see, I grill also. Aside from Dutch oven cooking, especially during the summer, I enjoy grilling. So you can have your little tabletop grill on this side. So it's very convenient, very handy. I got it on sale for about $50 or so. And it's got a few handy features. You might not be able to see it, but down here is a paper towel roll. And they've got a trash can bit right here where this bag has been placed. So it's very convenient. They've really thought about how you're gonna use this, and somewhere along the side here, it might be in the front, regardless. Oh, right here. Well, it's back here, I apologize. I won't be able to show you, but it's got some utensil holders, which I find to be really nice. Now this one, I'm just gonna cut into 4ths because it was a small potato. All right, now we're gonna cut these onions here. I'm just gonna show you one for the sake of your time, but I just take this here. We're gonna cut these into discs. I take the ends off of them first, put them in the trash. And then if I can get a hold of the skin, I'll go ahead and see if we can do this one peel here. I don't have fingernails, so there we go, one pull. So now we're just gonna slice these guys into nice thick discs so they don't cook down all the way, because this is gonna be about a 2.5 to 3 hour cook. And we always, always, always watch our fingers. And I'll take the centers out just because I personally don't like the centers. But you want, I like to cut them about maybe half an inch thick or so, just so they won't cook down all the way. We'll come back to you when we cut up the sausage. All right, everybody. So my fiance just ran to the house and got the polka kielbasa sausage. So let's go ahead and open it up. I like to use a sausage. It's something that I've kind of started doing, either sausage or bacon, to add a little flavor into the vegetables just beside the chicken. But we're just gonna cut it up, not really precise, but about a 1/4 inch thick pieces, 1/4 to a half, something like that. It is gonna be a longer cook, as I've already mentioned a few times, so I don't want them to burn. I just want them to soften up real nice, and they will, cooking low and slow in the Dutch oven. Hopefully we don't lose any while we're cooking them, because we are on an incline. Oh, and for those of you wondering what my apron says, it says never trust a skinny chef. So there's that. This is the apron that my uncle bought me that was also featured in my cast iron camp cooking instructional introduction video. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer these, and that's the last of the ingredients that we have to cut. All right guys, so we're gonna get our gloves on. We're about to season the chicken, but before that I want to add another load of hot coals to the oven, and this time I'm gonna add them to the top too. A little smoky. So I've already moved the fire over to one side, and I've got some hot coals over here. I'm gonna get a shovel full, and I'm gonna spread them to the top first. So I'm gonna try and spread them as evenly as I can on top of the oven. I'm gonna get one more scoop. We're just gonna spread as evenly as we can across the oven. And I usually like to pack it down, being gentle on my cast iron as best I can. So I'm gonna scoop some more coals over here. And I'm gonna show you how to go around it. So you simply start and work your way around it, giving a few inches of room on each side underneath the Dutch oven. And you want to try and spread these coals evenly as well. Whew, pardon me, that smoke. All right, so we're just going to continue to work our way around, and you'll kind of get a feel as far as how much coals to use. It's something I recommend starting with a little bit less and working your way up. Typically with an oven, you can see, depending on what you're cooking, how to use your coals, how many you need, if you need to take away some, if it's bubbling really bad and it's not something that you really want to simmer, you can take the coals away. If it's something that you want even hotter, let's say like a chili, you want to simmer it and it isn't, just add more coals underneath. And it's important to keep your fire going, keep it stoked, and make sure there's plenty of oxygen getting through, because I have struggled for coals before with smaller fires and such. I didn't have enough coals to cook, so it took a lot longer than it needed to for me to cook. So anyways, let's move on to seasoning the chicken. All right guys, so we're gonna season the chicken now. I've just got this chicken here from Walmart just the other day. Still a little bit frozen. Ooh, juicy. But it'll do just the same. And that's honestly part of the reason why it's gonna take a little bit longer to cook, is the chicken is still pretty much frozen. I left it in the refrigerator for about a day and a half, but when something's totally frozen, it takes time to thaw. All right, so let's talk about the seasonings that I'm gonna use. First off, this is one I'm excited about. This is ground cumin, I believe it's pronounced. I haven't used this before. These are just great value seasonings. These are garlic and onion powder. These are a staple that I usually use. This here is Chef Paul Prudhomme. I really don't know how to say his name, but it's his Poultry Magic seasoning blend. And this is the one that I've found. I've tried a couple different seasonings. I've tried this, I've tried the Weber chicken seasoning, and I really like this one better. It's got a good flavor to it. And one thing I forgot to pull out of my spice box, we'll be using Lawry's seasoned salt. That's another staple. Just as a side note, these 3 seasonings right here, with inclusion of some black pepper, that's all the seasonings you'll ever need for anything as far as I'm concerned. Cooking meat, this great on hamburgers, chicken, pork chops. I've tried it on everything. It's just good. So let me put my pepper back. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this baby open. And we'll put it right here on our cutting board here in just a second, as soon as I get this open. Put our knife over here. Chicken juices. All right. So we're gonna take some of our paper towels here, and we're just gonna pat him dry. Oh, he's still got his little moisture absorber here. We're gonna pat him as dry as we can, as best we can. We're gonna have to wash the table after this. Something that I always do, my hands are gonna get oily now. I take a little bit of oil, put it in my hand, and I'll rub the chicken with it. And this oil is gonna help get the chicken crispy. The skin is gonna crisp up, and it also helps the seasoning to stick to it. I'm gonna open his wings up as best I can, and his legs. When the chicken's thawed, if you want to, you can either inject him with butter, stick some butter, I don't know what else to call it, but no pun intended, but in his little opening here. And that's a really good thing. But we're gonna be using this cream of chicken, and it's gonna do just as good as the butter would. Last time we cooked it, I did cook this last Saturday night, and it is now Friday. It was really good. We really enjoyed it. So enough talk. Let me get my hands wiped off here, and let's get to seasoning it. And for the sake of time, you guys, I'm just going to season his front half. So we're gonna start with the Lawry's seasoned salt. This is one of my favorite seasonings, as I've already told you guys. We're just going to give him a light sprinkling. We're going to try and get there under his arms or under his wings as best we can. He's still frozen. We're going to get his sides. You want to try and get this seasoning everywhere that you can. On his little rear end there. Sprinkle it. All right. Next, we're going to go in with our garlic powder. Just give him a good dusting here on the sides again. Some onion powder. And last, but certainly, well, no, not even last yet, we're gonna try some of this cumin here. Ooh, it comes out really quick. Never cooked with this stuff before. I did try it and it tasted like it would be pretty good in chili. I'm just gonna try and sprinkle this as lightly as I can. And now, finally, we're getting to the Poultry magic seasoning here. And this comes out fast. It's a nice blend of different herbs. And if you would like to bring the camera forward and show our audience the chicken, there you have it. And I will season the back of him off camera. All right, guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and let's feel that oven. Whew, it's hot. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take our lid off here using this Camp Chef lid lifter. We're gonna set it over here for now. I'm going to put some oil down in here just to keep things from sticking. Next, I'm going to be using this meat trivet right here to keep our chicken off of the bottom, and again with the smoke. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. That smoke's going right in my direction. All right, so now we're gonna set our chicken in here on his back, being very careful where I put my hands. And we're gonna take our vegetables now. And our sausage here. I'm gonna put the onions on the bottom because they won't stick to the bottom when they cook, and it'll keep everything else up off of the bottom. So just a layer of those down in there. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up yet or not, but there's some sizzling going on. So next we're just gonna throw some of our sausages in there, and we'll kind of mix these in with the potatoes some. So we'll throw our potatoes and sausages in. Choose the two-hand method to speed it up for the video. It really is a labor of love cooking with these Dutch ovens. It's hot, I'm sweating, but it's part of the enjoyment here of getting to do something that not everybody can do. And if you can't do it, I hope maybe this will inspire you to at least learn more, maybe check out more YouTube videos. And if you would, stick around. So next, we're gonna add in our chicken broth, and that's just to add some moisture to the pot. Oh, it's hot. I know you guys can hear that. We'll add about half of this or so. And I always, just for the vegetables, I like to add some seasoned salt. just go around here, some seasoned salt. And give it a sprinkle of this crushed pepper all around and on top of the chicken too. I love the pepper flavor. Next, we're just gonna put as even as we can. I don't have anything to spread this, but put some of this cream of chicken around the pot here. And I know this is taking a minute. I'm just trying to spread it as evenly as I possibly can. All right. So now all we got to do, we'll be careful here, but we'll go ahead and put the lid on it, and I'll come back to you guys when we rotate it. All right, guys, so a little bit of side footage here. Me and my fiance are wanting to roast some s'mores while we wait for the chicken to cook. So I'm going to show you guys how to make the proper marshmallow roasting stick. So to start out, you want to pick out as straight of a stick as you can. And I like about this length. You want to keep your hands away from the fire. And I've already taken the liberty of taking this to the chopping block and cutting the ends off. So now we just want to debranch it here. And we'll do some finer work to it with my pocket knife. But we just take that. Now we take our pocket knife. This one is a Ontario Rat 2A with Coyote Tan G10 handles. I'm just gonna smooth out any burrs on the wood here, any places where some branches. And now we're going to, I'm actually going to cut this a little bit shorter. All right. Now we're going to debark it here. I like to debark mine 3 or 4 inches. It really doesn't matter. You can go back as far as you want to. And next, we're just gonna sharpen the end. I don't want it too sharp, but I want a good point on it. And that is my tutorial on how to make the perfect marshmallow roasting stick. All right, everybody, this is my fiance, Madison, and she is gonna show you guys how she roasts her marshmallows.
Hello everyone, I am going to show you all how I roast my marshmallow just for fun. I'm going to be making a s'more. So I'm going to put it over the fire like so for an even roast. Don't want it to burn. And I will be back in just a minute to show you the finished product. Hello everyone, so here I am. I typically just do something like this for my s'more. Oh yeah, look how nice that looks.
Satisfying.
Look at
Very
that.
satisfying.
I said even roast, of course. It got burnt a little bit, but that's okay.
Ooh, sticky.
Okay, yes, it is very sticky.
Gonna eat it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a satisfying crunch. All right, guys, it's been about 30 minutes or so. Let me move my fire stick. So now we're gonna rotate the oven, and you usually rotate it a quarter turn at a time. And you'll rotate the lid one way and the rest of the Dutch oven, the body of it, the other way. So I usually do clockwise over counterclockwise. So I will lift my Dutch oven up. Be very careful when doing this because you can spill your contents. It has happened to me before. So clockwise over counterclockwise. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hand over the coals and feel the heat off of them. And we need to add some more coals because I can hold my hand over this for more than 5 seconds. So what we're going to do is the same process that we've done before. I'm just going to pull some coals here from the fire. Bring it all the way around here. I may move my fire some here so I can grab some more coals and try to spread the coals as evenly as you can. I'm going to add some more to the top, pack them down. Really hot around this fire. This is why it's important to keep your fire going, because you're going to need to keep adding coals. All right, guys, so we're going to rotate it again. It's very important to rotate, that way you can cook your stuff more evenly. Now you got to be very careful and line it up. Bam. I do it clockwise over counterclockwise, like I mentioned again. So counterclockwise. Now there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and check the heat of the coals. Remember, if you can't hold your hand, or if you can hold your hand over it for more than 5 seconds, it's not hot enough. You need to add more coals. So, ooh, that's hot. All right. And ooh, down here is definitely hot. All right, guys. I guess we'll come back to you when the chicken is done. All right, guys, well, it's looking like it's done, but one spot that I'm gonna check, I'm gonna go ahead and cut open. Oh, that skin is tender. I always make sure in these thighs, oh, there's no blood coming out. This bird is done. Oh, and it's juicy and good. All right, well, here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna take it on into the house and we'll meet you guys there. All right, guys, as you can tell, we're back here in the house and we are just gonna plate this old bird up now. My preference, I like the chicken leg quarter, so what we're gonna do here is get a hold of it and cut it up. I hope you guys can see with the camera angle here. Let's get that thigh. Where's that joint at? There it goes. Would you look at that chicken quarter? That's fall off the bone right there. Now let me get a utensil and get some of these. Come on now. All right, guys. Best thing we have is a little deep fry dipper here. So let's get some of these potatoes, some of that sausage. Oh, well, The wing just kind of fell off, so we'll grab that too. Set him over there. Oh, I forgot about the onions. All right, well, there we have it. I guess the only thing left to do, I'm sure you guys, y'all been watching long enough, y'all want to see me try it, so I'm gonna get a fork here. This stuff really is hot. There we go. Get some of that chicken in the camera here. Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. I'm gonna take some more bites. It's so juicy. It is so hard. You have to try when you do something like this in the Dutch oven. You have to try to mess it up, to actually mess it up. It is such a fun and easy way to cook, specifically this recipe. Let me get a potato. Oh, the potatoes are nice and soft. They're very good. I bet you guys behind the screen, I bet y'all are jealous that y'all don't get to eat this. Get a bit of sausage. Very good. All right, guys. Well, that was the full chicken roasted inside the Dutch oven. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to, leave a like, comment, and if you want to keep up with the channel, consider subscribing. I have a goal, and I want to reach 100 subscribers before March 10th. So if you guys could help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time on Cast Iron Camp Cooking.